Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. You hear Alesh's voice, but you don't see his lovely face. He was here. I saw him. He does exist. It's not just a man behind the curtain, but he is the man behind the curtain in a way. But his video camera just died, or it lost its connection just before it went live. So I can attest he's here and in person, but he can only share a screen. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back. See?
Maybe I just clicked remove camera.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, welcome back, Aleš. And good morning, Sandy and John and Karen and other people who will show up in the chat hopefully shortly. And hello to everyone who's watching online or watching after the fact, watching this recording. So welcome to another episode of Ask Aleš, anything about WikiTree Plus. So for those who are here and live, please ask your questions in the chat. We were able to get through questions last time. Oh, Sandy's got a question already. That's excellent about cemetery reports. Okay, we will get to that for sure. And we did have some questions that were in the GGG post, so that's good to know. Good morning, Bill. How are you? And there's Dee. There we are. We're all doing fine. There is it looks like it might have died down a bit. There was a wicked thunderstorm all this morning, and so I warned Aleš that I might lose power and connectivity at some point, but hopefully not. It looks like it's died down a little bit, so that's good. How's the weather there in Slovenia, Aleš?
Sunny but cold.
Sunny but cold. I see. Good. And what about people in the streams? What's your weather? Well, greetings from Texas. Well, I'm betting it's warmer in Texas than it is here. Morning, Stuart. I thought we would start off. Kathy Nava asked a question about, can you please make a dummies version of WikiTree Plus video? I would like a step-by-step guide on how to use it for basic searches. I've watched your videos over and over, and I still don't understand how to use it. Well, Kathy, first of all, there is not a video series on how to use WikiTree Plus, or at least not yet. That might be something that someone might consider doing. But so what I thought was when we do these sessions, I thought that I would start off with some simple WikiTree Plus facts and how-tos, and then we'll dive into, later on in the live cast, we'll dive into some of the questions which are often very meaty and very interesting to get into, but maybe not beginner level all necessarily. So the first thing you need to know is how to get to WikiTree Plus. And I did ask Aleš this earlier in a previous live cast, but I thought to recap it, there's a few different ways. If you have an open browser window, the easiest way is just to type in the URL, which is very easy to remember now that it's been added.
It's easier.
It's plus.wikitree.com. And if I were smart, I would have made a banner for that. But I was not smart in doing it in advance, but there you go. So you just type in the URL, plus.wikitree.com. And if you do that enough times, your browser will remember that. So as soon as you start typing PLU, it'll probably fill in the address.
You can also come to WikiTree Plus by clicking on this image that is on all Data Doctor pages and reports that are prepared with WikiTree Plus. So if you see this image, WikiTree and plus sign, you just click on it and you will come to WikiTree Plus. Mm-hmm. It is on several places.
Right. Any profile, if you go to the suggestions list, it shows up there. Is that correct?
On profile, yeah. Yes, I mean, if you click suggestions, you are already on WikiTree Plus. So,
okay.
For instance, if you go to suggestions, this will also bring you to WikiTree Plus, right? But this actually already executes the search. So you just get the results, but again, here you have the image map that you can click and you will come to the starting page.
Okay.
Now, once on the starting page, you have on the left several options. One is if you want to search by suggestions. So this group has different types of search, text search or by tree. So you enter WikiTree ID and it searches from that person outwards. Then you can also search for suggestions on managed profiles, or if you can also then, but here are a few more prepared searches to search by name or location. But generally, text search is the one to use. You can also here write just the location and it will search for suggestions that are related to Slovenia, for instance.
And let me just back up a sec in case there are newbies or people who are new to WikiTree and the word suggestions, they're not sure what we mean. A suggestion in terms of WikiTree and WikiTree Plus are things that when you analyze your profile, if there are mistakes or if there are errors or there are possible errors that the server has identified. So example, missing dates.
For instance, father was dead before birth.
Yeah, that's a problem. Biologically, that's an issue. Well, before birth. Now, does it give you a 9-month window there?
Well, the problem is here, since it's entered after 1880. So the father died after 1888, and the child was born in 1891. So you could also say that father died after 1890, because that's I mean, this is too loose a gap.
Right.
I mean, too big a gap for this. But then you have also exact dates and so on. I mean, these are suggestions for things on the profile that can be wrong. Those are usually red. Yellow ones are warning. So these are some suggestions that maybe you missed something or you can improve something, but without that should be. For instance, here we have no dates on a profile. This is no longer allowed if you are entering a new profile, but we still have a lot of old ones. And for this person, there is no date. Now, I did an estimate, and he was born in around 1925, but that's plus minus 10, 20 years. That's just an estimation based on the relatives. So, right. But you generally know which century to look into.
At least you can narrow it down to a century. That would be helpful.
Well, yeah. It's still better to have a century, I mean, or approximate date, because once you create a new profile and you get hints of possible matches, you can easily dismiss those that are a century away.
Right, right. While we're talking about suggestions, Dee had a question here. Let me just pop it up. When I correct one and I accidentally hit the enter button twice, can I delete that accidental click?
No, you cannot. So you probably mean here on status.
Yeah, well, I wasn't quite sure what she meant by the hit the enter button twice, what she's talking about.
Or on a profile edit page.
Okay. So where are you hitting? So I correct one and then hit the enter button twice.
I mean, here, if you enter twice, update twice, it will actually code that error and it will tell you that there is a double post, so it will ignore the second one. But here, if you mistakenly mark false suggestions, for instance, you can then actually unmark it by adding another comment, not correct it or something like that. And it will still show even though you entered the false suggestion status. But I don't have editing possible for these suggestions. Now, if you mean from the profile itself, so here on edit page, here also a suggestion is marked as corrected. So suggestions are listed here at the bottom. And you could actually here, if you click fixed twice or enter twice, it can also mark the next one. I think it happens. It did happen to me in the past, but that just means that this suggestion was marked, a different suggestion was marked as corrected, but it actually wasn't. So the suggestion will be hidden for a week, but afterwards, if it wasn't actually corrected, it will pop up again in the suggestion lists.
Right.
But if you go, you also have a possibility to go here on suggestions, and this one is on WikiTree Plus, and here you have all suggestions listed. Maybe you will have to use this button, show hidden suggestions. So also the ones that were marked as corrected show up. And do I have, okay, here we have one status. And then if you here on status, you get all the statuses listed, so you know which one is the last one, or you can see actually what the suggestion was if you didn't remember.
Okay, excellent. Yes,
So
I think
here you can get all the history for each suggestion.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that's good news. I think you've answered Dee's question there.
Hope so.
Yeah. So the question specifically, what she was asking about was on the suggestion page, not from the profile. And I had, you know what, I've seen it sometimes, but I didn't realize that the suggestions always show up at the bottom of the profile. So
yeah, it is. I mean, if you
so when you're in edit mode, right?
Test comment. Update. So now I added test comment, and it is here shown. So you have here all the history, and also on the other suggestions that we have below, those comments are also visible on this page.
Right. Yes.
So you actually see them. Then you have to figure out what they mean.
That's right.
Sometimes they're not logical.
Showing hidden suggestions. That's a neat way to. I hadn't thought of looking there for stuff, but yeah, if you hit it something twice.
Yes, because we have the option is corrected, hide until next recheck. So
that's right.
That means that the suggestion will be hidden until Tuesday when I republish with new data. So and show hidden suggestion will still show it.
Yeah, no, that's perfect, because then, if you make a mistake, you can fix that and tweak that. Yeah, good. Okay, so I think that's great. So this week, our intro for WikiTree Plus. For this week, we talked about suggestions. So next time we will look at the second option, the text search, and we'll dive some more into that. But for now,
then I can also explain these additional options with suggestion search. So here you have at the top. First one is this show results in new tab. So if you click this option, this goes for all actions on WikiTree Plus. That means that after you hit find suggestion, new tab opens with the results. This is especially useful for phones, tablets, and so on.
Yes.
So then you can just view the results. But if you have a large enough screen, you can use it without this, and it will just change the page on the right. Then here with suggestion search, you can also here enable show temporary hidden suggestions. So if you enable this checkbox, it will already perform the search also on hidden suggestions. So if you are looking for something, if you want to review the hidden suggestions, for instance, and if you actually turn on this one, both of these on, now it will show just the suggestions that are hidden. So This was reported as false suggestions. I occasionally use this if I'm reviewing what people are marking as false suggestion, because often they just mark it because they don't know exactly what they are doing.
They don't want to deal with it.
And you can then review it again if you think that you know better. And then here is another option. So you can search just for a specific suggestion type. So we can I don't know, let's search for mother is also a child. We don't have those in Slovenia. Well, it can be, you can also use it without the text. Once you select filter by the suggestion type, you can search also without the text. So we have only one.
Now, a mother is also a child. What does that mean?
Yeah.
The child of themselves.
No, so now clause 105, and so if this is a child, his mother and daughter is Marian. So if you go and check the 106 profile, you will see that Ludwig Marian is defined as son, as mother, and as child. So,
okay.
Here something is wrong. So
right,
but you have to find the core of the problem.
Right.
And remove one relation probably.
Right. So they may have had a child and named her after the mother, right?
Yeah, I mean,
profiles.
It can be that the profiles were merged, and it brought to the conflation.
Right.
The bad merge can be the reason, or I don't know, it was entered incorrectly.
Right. Okay.
Then another thing I wanted to show. So if we search for something general, let's say England. I have to deselect this suggestion. Right. Okay. Did I click it? Okay, so here we have a lot of suggestions. And if there is a lot of suggestions, then they are grouped. So this table is not too huge. And you can, here you see this text at the beginning, skipped suggestion 831, multiple duplicated lines. There were 24 such suggestions. And then you can click here and it will show just those 24 suggestions in a separate table.
Nice.
So these are then those suggestions. So you can also, if you are looking at some bigger region with a lot of suggestions, you can fine tune what you are seeing. I mean, here you can get some details. Then another thing to now we have on text search, I also have a few magic words and some things are possible to search. But on general search, this is much more advanced as it is possible on suggestions. Here are some basics that I initially did, but afterwards I didn't really improve this much. And it's also not really possible because the profiles, the data is different than on general search. So, for instance, here with general search, on any search result that you get by using whatever you want, for instance, profiles in that were within the last challenge, you can search for those.
Wow.
And then here on the results, you have here in the heading, search for suggestions on results. So it will only check for these 17 profiles if they have any suggestions.
Right.
So you just click this button and you will get suggestions for the search result. Okay, Ljubljana Trtnik would give the same result here, but there in general search, I can write much more advanced queries.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay, I think we covered suggestion search.
I think we've covered suggestions very well. I hope so. So Kathy, when you watch this later on, let us know if that's that was a nice primer on how to use the suggestions part of WikiTree Plus. And anyone in the chat, let us know how we did. Thank you, Dee, for the question. That led us nicely into looking into the suggestions section too. So thanks for that. Okay, so let's see. Since Sandy was right here, why don't we go and answer her question? Hope you're still with us, Sandy. Are you there? But her question was, regarding the cemetery reports, is there an easy way to track how many profiles I add the missing category to? I want to do a pop-up challenge for the Appalachia project.
Not really.
No. Oops.
I mean, I don't track changes by user, so this is something impossible. I mean, the data is there, but I don't really have.
We don't have connection.
Analyze that because
Right.
I would actually have to check all history of edits to know that you added that category. It was not added already on the profiles. But we have new about this. We have something new about categories, and that is it was, I just published it this last week, I think.
Sandy was guessing you were going to say that. It wasn't it wasn't possible. But what's new?
So if you go to what was previous report, March
Friday was the
26, I think.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Oh, right. We were going to talk about the server dying. Do you want to talk about that now or after?
We can. No, it's not here. Wait, is it on the last one? Oh, I did it this week, right? It's not on previous. So you can possibility to see when a profile was added to the category. So you can actually have for any category, you can see when a certain profile was added. So in March, these 5 profiles were added, and so on and so on.
Very nice.
So this is for the since I didn't collect this data in the past, I actually used the last edit date of a profile to recognize as adding to the category, which is not necessarily the same if it was done sooner than that. But that's the most I could do for backwards, for back. And now, from now on, now for 1 week, I am actually checking when a profile is added for the first time to the category and remember that date. So from now on, it will be exact date when it was added, but for the past, it's an approximation that is quite good, I think.
Okay.
It was for back, it was definitely added before that date.
Right.
Yes, that I can say for certain, but I don't know how much before that date.
Right. Okay. Very cool. So cemeteries are Oh, is this for projects or for
This is for any
categories?
category.
So Sandy, if she's interested in a specific cemetery, she could pull that up and she could see when things were
certain
added.
profiles were added to the category.
Right.
Although EditBot does mess things up with this, because then all the profiles are added at the same date.
Oh.
If the category was renamed, since it's new one.
Oh, if it was renamed. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
So this is a new option that might be, the projects were actually, they have some maintenance category and they want to first resolve the ones that are waiting for the longest. So
yeah, that makes sense.
They were interested in this report.
Okay, so Sandy says that'll work for her, what she wants to do. And how does she get there again?
For now, you have a link on this week's report, and you have to write the category name here.
Okay.
But I didn't still decide where to put it. I don't think it will be. Maybe I'll have to talk with Chris if it will be added. Maybe we could add it to the pages, to the category page.
That's what I was thinking.
Like we have for.
If you go to a category, go to a category page. If you don't mind.
Oh, this is wrong.
Can you just pick a cemetery?
Okay, this one was delayed. Okay. Okay.
There's a cemetery, it looks like.
No, also delay. I don't have. Okay, let's search for category on WikiTree, and I can even show.
We've got WikiTree Plus. We should be able to find a cemetery.
So here, if you want to find a cemetery, you can go to search.
Yeah.
And, okay, this is the other search where you search for profiles. This is our first two options.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also search for categories or pages. So here I can just go to category and write cemetery, and I will get 80,000 results probably. Let's search for cemetery.
Cemetery Appalachia.
How do you spell that?
Where was her? I'm looking for her, where she puts Appalachia in her comment there. I think it was at the top there. There's Appalachia.
Double P. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm missing also.
You missed an H.
Something is wrong.
Well, maybe there's no. Maybe the cemetery doesn't actually have the word.
Yeah, most likely we have just Appalachia.
Okay. Aaron helped us out with the spelling of Appalachia. That was nice of her.
So you can. So here on category, we already have links to WikiTree Plus. These two in the top right hand corner. The navigate and search. So maybe we will add it. I will ask Chris to add here. Or if you won't be for it, then it will be most likely added to the WikiTree extension.
I was thinking a link like in that top row, like even just the word timeline, which would sort of give, because what you've done is basically a timeline of how that category
was. So I will. This is one possibility. So that's the reason why I still didn't make a link available anywhere except from the URL. So.
Or the other thing is, if you go back, well, I know, go back to the page. You see, you've got how the person profiles are listed there, What if you had two options, alphabetical listing and a timeline listing? Like just have a toggle between two, because
well, it's not done. This is not implemented on WikiTree Plus, so on WikiTree itself. So I
oh, right,
cannot
it has to go to
change
WikiTree Plus to find.
this
Yes,
is the
so it
WikiTree
has to be an
Plus
external
thing.
link.
So, okay, for now, this is still available only by URL, but I will probably add it somewhere when I decide where.
Okay. Well, stay tuned next month to find out exactly where it ends up. But the short answer, Sandy, is go to the news this week, click on the link, and then edit it in the URL.
So this is the link. And now here, category equals Appalachia project needs sources. So here you go.
Someone added something just today, it looks like.
You can see in the change history, edited biography. So category was added.
This, yeah, just like
Indeed.
There we go.
Oh, Sandy did that.
Oh.
And she did 2 days ago, on April 3rd.
Oh, but I thought it said today.
Yes, because I did the category import today, because I don't do category import on Monday and Tuesday because servers are busy with weekly data dump.
It was me.
I do it 4 times a week approximately.
Right. Okay. Good. Well, that's very cool. That's a really neat way to view the category people profiles. Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, so I'll have to comb through the chat. We've got lots more people have joined us since then. Debbie has joined us. Aaron, who's helping us spell Appalachia. And Hillary's here. June, I saw pop in, and Lisa, I think, already said hello too. So that's great. I'm going to go to the questions from the G2G post. And the very first one was from Bill Fight. And Bill's here. And he wants to know what's the latest scoop on the WikiTree Plus server problem. And I think you have some good news about the resolution of that.
Yes. Well, as you know, the server died on me last Sunday. And there was nothing they could do about it. I took it to the shop, and so it's that. I ordered then a new one, and just a few minutes before the Ask Aleš broadcast they called me that the computer is ready. So as soon as I will say bye, I'm driving off to get it.
That's great.
And it will be much faster computer than it used to be.
Oh, nice.
Because that one was not that expensive, and I was not. It wasn't possible to upgrade it further, so it was limited to 4 cores and 32 gigabytes of RAM. So now we took a stronger PC with 6 cores and 64 gigabytes of RAM, and even it is extendable to even more if I will need it. So we are good for next few years.
Oh, good. Excellent. Now, did you have a backup of all that data so you didn't lose the data?
The hard drive didn't die, so just the processor died. So I took actually it was really simple. I borrowed our backup server and put the hard drive from WikiTree Plus server in it, and it's running now for a week. But it's even cheaper computer, so it's a bit slow.
So it's a bit slower than
usual. So, and we are without backups now for 1 week. So the backups will be done again. Well, I had to improvise somehow.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Now, the main WikiTree server, you must have, backups for that and fail
Oh,
safes
that's
for
completely
that.
separate. I don't.
Yes, and it's a totally separate server too.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, this one is actually in Slovenia. So everything with WikiTree Plus is done in Slovenia.
Everything is wow.
While WikiTree is based in the cloud it's using cloud computing, so they have a whole bunch of virtual servers, and it's
Right.
all backed up several times. So I don't think if
Right.
in case of hardware failure, they just start new machine,
Mhm.
new virtual machine, so it's all done automatically, I
Right.
think.
Good. Okay. Well, Bill, does that answer your question? I hope that makes you feel better. Oh, when will Linda begin? Well, as soon as we're finished talking.
Well, in 20 minutes we will end here, and I have 15 minutes drive to there, 15 back. So I think before within 1 hour from the end of in an hour and a half, I think it will be up. I don't anticipate any problems.
That's good news. Okay. Excellent. Okay. So the next
downtime will be
oh, yeah.
5 minutes or 10 minutes, just to I have to take the hard drive from the one that is running at the moment and put it in the new server. That should be all.
Okay. Now I'm going to try. I've got the next question is a little complicated, so let me see if I can add it here. I don't want to scroll. Let's see if that works. Okay, so this is a question from Mike Eggleston. As part of this week's Data Doctor Challenge, I'm attempting to fix some of the 24. I think you may have. Did you answer him? I'm not sure. There were 24 email addresses in private profiles, and he gives the profile manager, which maybe I shouldn't have copied there. Granted me. Oh, it only gives me a certain amount. So let me just. Anyways, the profile manager granted him. Let me finish adding the permission to edit her profile, which had multiple errors. I've corrected them and saved as a draft, but it will not let me do a full save because I cannot mark more than one email error as fixed.
I actually, no, it was not the problem with marking the suggestion fixed. He missed one email in the bio. So I went afterwards to the profile and removed the second. There were actually two emails. The email was entered twice on that profile. So I removed the second email and then it saved.
Okay. So what was the error that was being caused because of an
email? Email, you cannot put email address on the biography.
Oh, in the biography.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was, that's a rule for quite some time, and now it is also enforced when you are saving a profile, and if there is an email in a bio, it won't allow you to save. So you actually have to remove it.
Okay. So before that wasn't a rule initially.
No, it wasn't. But
so if you had someone had created a profile and it had email addresses in there, and then you go to open up and you edit it, then it won't let you resave it.
No, unless you remove the email. There are a few other such errors. For instance, if you are a father of yourself, I think you cannot save such profile, but it is possible that it was saved in the past. And so there are a few errors that are actually most errors that are checked after you finish editing you can press the save anyway button.
Oh.
But a few are excluded from that, and one of those is email address.
Ah, right.
So this was a WikiTree problem, not WikiTree Plus.
Right. Yes, that's right. That would be on the primary one. But that's good to know. I didn't actually know. I didn't realize that adding actual email addresses in the middle of a bio was not allowed. But for privacy reasons, that makes a lot of sense.
And privacy and commerce, because it's also not allowed to advertise on WikiTree Plus.
Oh, and by having an email address, that's a form
Yeah,
of
you can come by.
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
This
Yeah.
or that.
And hopefully it'll stop people from getting extra spam, because everyone gets enough spam email as it is. So we don't need.
Now it's impossible to enter email address on a profile.
Yeah.
You can still have a link that go to some page, but that's not really possible to prevent.
Right.
Since we want links to sources.
We definitely want links to sources. Yes. So that answers that question. Excuse me. But here's the next one. Would love to know if there's a way of finding orphaned profiles by location.
Orphaned as no manager, probably.
I think that's what they mean. Oh, as opposed to people who
orphans.
are orphans.
Yeah, I mean,
anyone who's at the top of a tree doesn't have the parents on there, I guess could technically be possibly orphans. I don't know, but I think they mean orphan profiles as no manager. Yes. And now we've lost Aleš completely. Okay. Oh, now he's reconnecting. He's trying to reconnect, because otherwise I might have to try and stumble through answering this one, and that would be fun. Maybe Aleš is doing this on purpose. Okay, I see his face. There he is.
Hi, I'm back.
Good, because I was thinking
the browser closed somehow.
How about singing? Yeah. I don't know if I should sing anymore, Sandy. That one time during the WikiTree-a-thon when I sang, apparently Mindy got a takedown notice because they recognized the song I was singing and I didn't pay royalties on it. I mean, the good news is that it was recognizable, I guess, but the bad news is that the royalty police are out there. So.
Okay, so we are talking about searching for profiles. So you go to the second search.
Okay.
And now you can enter Orphan.
Okay.
I think that is, yep, these are all profiles without a manager.
Oh.
And you add state. So I
look
don't
at
know,
that.
France.
I didn't realize there's a keyword for orphan. Nice.
And you will get all orphans in France.
Look at that.
It is a keyword, so I have them all listed here. So
yeah, I know that's an excellent. I've used that.
So here in the manager section, you have special magic words that you can use, and orphan is one of them. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Well, that turned out to be a softball.
While on the other hand, you can also search for no parents.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And you will get all profiles that don't have parents on WikiTree Plus. We can check one and parents. Oops.
Oh, wait a second.
This is wrong.
Uh-oh.
Son of.
Yeah. go to that help again.
Check. No, I did it. So no father, no mother, no parents.
Is it case sensitive?
No. All searches on WikiTree Plus are case insensitive.
Huh, okay.
Mm. Oh, I will have to see why that was.
Okay.
Let's check another one.
Okay, so that one.
It is possible that the profile was edited after the dump.
Oh.
So if it was edited after Sunday, yeah, we can go check. Let's go back.
That's right. That's one thing to remember, right? The WikiTree server data gets updated once a week.
Yep.
Right.
So what's on WikiTree on Sunday morning, that is in the dump for next week. So create it, but okay, there is a different problem.
Oh.
This is the profile is the profile has is private with public biography, so parents are not listed. I do see them because I have CSOP access, but usually people don't see the parents.
Right.
That was the reason. Oh, but I should exclude those. I will correct that. I mean, there is no point in showing them as having no parents, since we don't know if they. Yeah. I will correct that.
Okay. Good. So we've just made more work for Aleš.
Oh, I'm correcting. I'm correcting little things all the time as I.
Oh yeah,
see them.
I'm sure you are. I know. Okay, we're seeing your email screen now.
But you don't understand it.
Yeah, but that's true. It's like you're writing in a whole different language. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not sure what Sandy was referring to about the royalties. The maybe about the relationships there. Didn't rerun the search. Okay. That's good. So anyone else in the chat have any other questions for Aleš? I think we don't have any. We've gone through all the ones that are in. Let me just refresh the G2G post. I believe we've answered all of those. And for Stephanie Hill, who asked the question about orphans, we answered it 2 ways, depending on which type of orphan she was talking about. So that was nice.
Well, in the meantime, we can maybe have a look at new things on WikiTree Plus.
That would be great. Yeah, why don't we do that? So to answer to your question, Sandy, the whole WikiTree server data is dumped once a week on Sunday mornings, but the categories are updated more often. Is that correct?
Yes, categories, templates, and space pages are updated 3 to 4 times a week. There isn't exact schedule. As I have time, it happens. Okay, so
show us what's new. You showed us that one thing. That was very cool. The timeline.
Okay, Ask Aleš will be today.
Yeah, good. In case you didn't know, that's what you dropped in on. This is it.
Okay, this is about the profiles. Okay, so I added validation of mitoDNA ID MitoY-DNA ID on DNA tests that were entered. So this is 176 suggestions.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
And in case you're not sure what Aleš is talking about, mitowydna.org is another website where you can upload your Y-DNA or your mitochondrial DNA results and compare them. It's sort of like if you're familiar with GEDmatch, which is a place where you can for free upload your autosomal DNA, like from Ancestry, MyHeritage, and all that. And then so it's one place where you can compare all of those. mitowydna.org is a place where you can do that for your Y-DNA and your mitochondrial DNA.
So here is a validation of GEDmatch ID, and right after it are MitoY-DNA validation. So actually, they have some predefined rules how the ID looks, and all these are not formatted as they should. These are not valid MitoY-DNA IDs. So they're listed here. I don't know what is wrong. They could make maybe they did a typo in a number or letter, or I don't know, enter something completely different. And then I also check for duplicates, since the same test cannot be on two persons, entered in 2 persons. I mean, it shouldn't be, although you do have the same haplogroup as your father, probably, but it shouldn't be entered on your father's profile. It should be on yours.
The person who took the test.
Yeah. And another one is they have if you have mtDNA and Y-DNA tests done, both done, they are when you enter them to Y-DNA, MitoY-DNA, you have to enter it as 2 tests. So here are cases when the person has the same test as for both tests. So if we have a look at one, so this one has T18144 on MT and on Y-DNA test entered. But if you actually check the test results, it's not found. Okay, so it's not Y, it's most likely mtDNA test. So here is the test. So the Y is wrong there.
Right.
So here, this part is wrong. And then you get to an existing page on target site. So this is the reason to track those, to find those problems.
Right.
Okay. These were the DNA changes. I added reports for you. US Black Heritage Project. So they were mostly interested in unconnected profiles. But also, since I did a separate report, I did it for all of them. So here on the on these 3 links, reports by suggestion links by suggestion lists, unsourced lists, and unconnected lists are now also done for it should be in US section. In US section. It should be done for US Black Heritage Project. They are now actively, they added approximately 50,000 actually they have 200,000 profiles.
Wow.
That they added, and now they're interested in connecting them. So here they have the list of unconnected groups of people they can connect with a single connection. So this will connect 500 people with when the tree is connected.
Right. So in that first one, that Thornton, so there's 540 profiles that are all connected to each other.
Yes, but not to the main
but not
tree.
to the big tree. So what we only need to find one connection, and all of those.
All of those will be connected. So
man, you just want to do that. You just want to find that.
Yeah, it's in their they have challenge each month, and they are doing on this exactly on this.
Right.
So this report.
Here's a question for you that just popped into my head. What is the largest unconnected tree like that's in WikiTree that's floating? Do you know?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, you go to unconnected lists.
Okay.
And I opened here. And here at the end you have all.
Okay.
So this is not by region and the biggest
and you sorted by tree size. And there we go.
With 30,600 profiles.
Oh. Wow.
And you can list all those profiles, and here they are. They are not connected.
But those 3,000 are connected to each other. So,
yes,
oh man,
this is. But I don't even understand the name. Do you?
Oh yeah. Now I see. Oh yeah. Me neither. Okay, so that one I'll take a pass on trying to solve that.
Okay.
So Sandy's saying that's a cool report, but then she says, which project has the most that needs connected?
I don't know. I think the moment that would be Black Heritage Project, because they really they have 50,000 profiles, unconnected profiles at the moment, and that's kind of the most, I think. Actually, now with this report, you can actually use WikiTree Plus to search. Where so in general search, you can enter that tree ID that was visible here in the report.
There's an ID.
And this will find all those profiles, and you can enter United States. And you will see if this tree wanders into US. It doesn't. Okay, Japan also not. Let's check if I have the correct tree. Yes, I do. They are all orphans. Let's increase the page size.
Do they not have locations?
Yeah, it seems. I mean, it's empty. The column is empty for a location. Here in birth and death, even they don't even have dates.
Do they not have dates?
Completely, I don't know. That's the reason. I really don't know what this is. Probably all orphans. The Connectors project would know more about this. This one. I'm sure they looked into it, but this was probably some Jetcom import.
Right.
Oh, that's Korean.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
But no location. I mean, all the locations are cleared.
Interesting. So if you did that tree with Korea, would they show up? It should then, right?
If there is at least one. Here they are. There are some. So China is present. For instance, these 4 profiles are from China. So a lot of profiles from Korea. So Okay, now I know why this tree is unconnected.
Yes. There's not a lot to go on there. Yeah.
Okay, they have Malaysia, so you can search Malaysia. You'll get the 3 profiles that are in Malaysia.
Mhm.
So you can also, for all unconnected profiles, you see the profile is unconnected, and you get a reference tree and the number. And that number is is okay for this week, and it will include all those profiles that are connected together in as a search result, and you can then add additional search queries to it.
Nice. Okay. So if there's some criteria that it's easier, like for me, I know about Canadian resources. So if I could find any Canadians in there, then I might have a better chance of connecting that than someone who's not as familiar. But there aren't in that case.
And this is, we should probably choose another tree.
Yeah, we should choose one, yeah.
Because I know this one is on the list for years now.
Oh, okay, you recognize it. Yeah. But that's cool. I didn't realize. Well, yeah, I always learn something new with these. I hope other people do too. But that's very cool, seeing the list of unconnected trees and then. Okay. So we're at the hour mark. What else is new that you wanted, or is that?
Okay, I changed some. I added a blank to the spelling variations. So now if you split Mississippi and put a blank in the middle, it will find those as a typos also. Although there were many false suggestions that I will have to tend to this week, because some things are correct as they are.
Okay.
But okay, this is something I wanted to improve, but at the end it will be better. And I'm still waiting for new server.
But you only have to wait about 15 minutes till you get
there. Another hour. Okay, and then previous news were I improved the search capabilities when you used multiple indexes. So if you entered birth country equals and death country equals, and if you used England or United States, that was a huge number of profiles that was working quite slowly. It took 5-6 seconds to complete such requests, but after I did some optimization in the background, now it does it in 1/10 of a second. So
that's amazing.
That will be much easier for my server.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
A few reports, a few new reports were added, and some location table was updated. DNA. Okay, DNA stuff. Also, last week I updated. I added a lot of changes to the other tests of Y haplogroups and compare them and check for the wrong matches. You can since you cannot have 2 different haplogroups on the same ancestor on the same line together. So those are reported as suggestions. Now there either its test is wrongly entered or some relation is wrong. Now that takes some expert to establish what's wrong. Okay, I think this was mainly yeah, all of the rest were, I think, minor changes.
Great.
Search result grouping was finished. This is
right. I think you mentioned it briefly before.
I did, but it didn't show.
Oh, it didn't show when you demonstrated it.
And it still doesn't. Come on.
Oh no! showing the first 500. Okay.
I have no idea. It doesn't work again.
Oh no. Oh, well, once you get the
I
new
was
server,
using it.
yeah. Oh well.
I
Okay,
really don't
we'll come back to
understand
that
it.
one then.
Okay.
Well, that's good. We don't have any more questions in the chat here, so I think
it's time to get a new server.
It's time to get the new server. So let's say adieu and safe driving, Aleš. Don't break any speeding laws trying to get your new server. So we don't want you in jail. We want the server up and running. We don't have to want to bail you out.
Okay.
Anyways, thanks for everyone who showed up live, and thanks for everyone who was watching this after the fact. And if you have any other questions, just add them. You can either add them to the post this one or save them up for next week's post or next month's post. We'll be here the first Wednesday of May, and we'll see you then. Thanks very much.
Which day is that?